Good afternoon, everyone. It's middle of the week, Wednesday, April the 25th. I hope you're having a good, solid Wednesday. It's been a busy day for me running around, just came back home. And I want to chat with you about the 3 solutions to every obstacle that you and I have. What are the 3 solutions to every obstacle you and I have? Number 1, you can accept the obstacle. Number 1, you can accept any obstacle. Number 2, you can change it. You can change the obstacle. Or number 3, you can leave it. Okay? But the key is, if you can't accept it, change it. And if you can't change it, then leave it. But the key is to identify your problem, but dedicate your power and energy to fixing it. Okay? Always focus on the answer, not the question, they say, because only one of the 2 will give you the results. So the example in our business, I'm so frustrated, let's say, I'm not sponsoring enough preferred customers in my business. I'm not bringing on board enough distributors. I'm not finding that next executive that really wants to change his or her life and start building in a big way. Now, if I cannot accept that I'm not sponsoring enough, then I have the ability to change those numbers. If I accept it, then there's just not much I can do. But if I don't accept the fact that I'm not sponsoring enough, then I can get out there and literally start to create, hey Derek, the religious aspects of going out there and making 3 calls a day, 5 calls a day, whatever that number works for you, but do those numbers religiously. Now, if I make 10 new calls in our business, I don't know what the average is for most people, but if I make 10 new calls a day, how many people would be willing to meet with you and I? You tell me. As I coach my teams, I work with my organization, I typically work on a number of maybe 2 or 3. So you reach out to 10 people asking them not to join you, but are they open to possibilities? How many would you want to think you could get in front of them in a meeting? I always use the average 2, 3, 4. Because remember, in baseball, if you're batting 400, you're a multi-millionaire. So anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 would be willing to meet with you. Out of those 2, 3, or 4 that you meet with, out of the 10 that you call, how many would be willing to maybe come on board, become a member for free, try a product? That number varies from maybe 1 or 2 out of the 4 that you meet with. So what it's saying to me, that out of every 10 people you reach out to through social media, by phone call, you're probably going to find 1/2 as a conservative number that will want to move forward, whatever that means. So the whole aspect of accepting, changing, leaving it, if I cannot change that I'm not sponsoring enough people, then leave it. If you cannot change it, then leave it. But if you know you can change it, then the fact that you're not sponsoring enough people, then just don't leave it. Okay, stay in the game, get to work every single day on your business and make those daily reach outs, because you either accept it, you change it, or you leave it. And if you know that the results you're getting now aren't acceptable, you have the ability to change it with your actions. And by modifying who you call, how many people you call, understanding the averages with that, working with your senior partners to reach out to people on 3-way calls and follow-ups, the success comes through the numbers in our business. But again, many people, when they look at obstacles, they tend to accept them versus thinking that, if you're not happy with what the situation is, you can change it. Or you can just leave it, but it's up to you. So if you're not happy, keep in mind this one simple understanding, that in this business, it's a numbers game. It will always be a numbers game. And the story that we have to share these days is extremely compelling, and believe me, people are looking. Don't prejudge anyone you speak to out there or think of before reaching out to them. You have no idea everyone's life, as they say, behind closed doors. Just go out there, do the numbers, see what works in your system, whether you're part-time or full-time, the amount of time you have, and you will see, by religiously choosing those many number of calls you want to make each and every day, you will find that next customer surfacing, those next distributors surfing, that next leader, that next executive saying, hey Marco, John, Sue, and Bob, I'm ready to change my life and take this to the next level. Okay, so remember the 3 obstacles. Are you going to accept? Are you going to change? Or are you going to leave it? Those are always the 3 solutions to every obstacle in your life, and that was the example I gave on my business. So hope you got some value there. Like, comment, share, and we will chat with you next day. Bye-bye.